My edges is uneven. I made it, y'all. I'm live. I'm officially live. Yeah. So we're just going to go ahead and wait until some more people come into the room or come into the live. And if you can, when you do come into live, hit a thumbs up, whatever. All the regular smuggler stuff that people say when they go live. Hit a thumbs up when you give. Oh, somebody is here. Gang, gang. Must be noted. Give it like to see if more people come into the live stream so that way we can go ahead and discuss the topic that I want to discuss, pretty much life after losing a child. So let's give them another minute. But how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Thank you for supporting your girl. Don't mind my scarf because Friday I'm getting my hair done. Oh snap. You are coming into the live stream. Okay. We will give it like another few more seconds before we get to talking or discussing about life after a child and getting into this story time. I want to let you guys know that I'm open to any and all questions that you have. Oh, my bad. Let me know if I clear it up, Melissa. And I might, let us go over a little bit because I feel like I'm not even close to like the. I'm in the living room because. Can you see me now? I'm in the living room because my kids are in the back area where the main like hub for the Wi-Fi is at. So hopefully that I'll be moving a little bit corrected that problem. Y'all let me know if it's still buffering or not. Hopefully that corrected it though. I feel like it did because I can see myself a lot more clear. Like my lips are moving and I see them moving as the computer is looking at me like in real time. So all right. Okay, good. Thank you, Melissa. So great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know nothing about the live. I know Melissa, she's very good at the live streams. She know how to make people blue and all this good stuff. I don't know how to do all that. So hopefully, in fact, I wonder, can I make you blue? Oh, I don't know how to do it. Would I make you a moderator? I hope I did it. Hey, someone else just came into the live stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. Wow. Okay. Okay. All right, Miss D. Thank you for commenting and even just stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. I'm going to leave the live stream on. So you guys are more than welcome to. It'll just be up here. Hold on one second. Alex, go back. Bye-bye. Trying to so y'all can hear me. He don't disturb us. No. Hold on, y'all. I gotta move Alex. I've gotta move Alex. Okay, go. Okay. Anthony would put the movie up. Are you watching any TV? Can you watch something on Netflix? Here, put it on Stitch, please. Can you put it on, please? Thank you. Hold on. I'm coming back, y'all. My bad. Put it down. Okay. Here. Come on. The P. Go. All right. Sorry. I'm back. Okay, so Let's see who's still. I see the Johnson's life is still in here. I see Chris and Melissa still here. Ms. D came and stopped by to bless the page. That's what's up. So we're going to go ahead and go into the story time, and we're going to talk about my life after losing a child. So I talked about this subject briefly in my blog when I took Alex to get shots 7 years ago. January 30th, 2012 is the day that we lost our child. His name was Samuel Travis Palmer. I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's an older video though. I think it's in one of my playlists. It's one of my favorite videos, and it's a happy birthday vlog to Samuel. I might link it in another vlog so you guys can look at it. But I had a normal pregnancy. Like I went through the whole pregnancy for 9 months. I didn't have any problems with my pregnancy at all. I had everything was right. Like everything was perfectly fine within my pregnancy. I had all in fact I have had all my kids naturally. I never had an epidural. I've never had anything besides the medicine that make you sleepy when you're going into labor. I can't think about the medicine. Yeah, I've never had epidural. I have had I have 5 kids, all vaginal births, all push, no epidural. I think I'm more scared of the needle in my back than actually going through the contraction. So I had him naturally. I didn't have no high pressure, no preeclampsia. Nothing was my issue with my pregnancy at all. So I labored through him. I can remember the day like it's crazy. Like I can remember the day of me going into labor and going through the whole process of getting ready to birth him, calling my husband, letting him know like, oh, it's for real. It's time for us to have this baby. Let go. So I went through my whole labor delivery process. We when we came home, I think it was no, yeah, we left as soon as we left the hospital, we noticed that hold on. So sorry. Somebody with they speakers in their car. They ratchet or whatever. The day that we came home, normally before your child leaves the hospital, they give them a test for jaundice. And before we left, he cleared everything. He was perfectly fine. So the day that we came home and I'm looking at him like he seems a little yellow to me. All my kids are very light skinned. Most of the times when they come out, they look white, but they end up getting color as they, be in the sun, etc. As they age, they get more color. But I've seen him and I was like, something is a little different with him. I think something is wrong. And his eyes were so like dark yellow. So I was like, Anthony, we got to go back to the hospital because I don't know what to do. And I've never had anything like this happen to me with a child before. Long story short, I went ahead, we took him to the hospital and he tested for jaundice. Now, when you have a child, I'm pretty sure a lot of mothers can relate to this. The last thing you want to do is leave your child in the hospital unattended after you just gave birth to that human being. You don't want to detach from that person. So my first question was, can I stay with my child in the hospital? So I was able to, thank God, they did not let me, I didn't have to go home or anything of that nature. I was able to stay in the hospital with him, and he had to go up under the lights. Normally they would send a monitor home so that the kids can get the extra the lights or whatever, but his levels was so, I can't think it was high or low. It was just not normal. It was really far off from where he needed to be. And I felt so bad for my baby because it was first time for me to breastfeed. So I was detached from him from breastfeeding. And he had the mask. Like they put a little mask on the kids, it's like eyes, to keep them from the I guess like the UV rays or whatever, the light from hurting their eyes, because they're in a little incubator and they just sit, they pretty much tan. It's like a tanning booth the whole time. So we stayed in the hospital for about 3 days after leaving. Like we got discharged, literally turned back around. I didn't even go home or nothing. I got home, got out the car, got him in there, turned back around, and I said, dang, we're going back to the hospital. So that was like one of the first things that he ever experienced as far as like, being sick. The next incident for him was the shots, which I explained this to you guys before. Samuel was a big boy, so he ate regular. Oh, that boy ate a lot, and he was so happy. Like, was the most like happiest child I could even remember. Like to this very day, before he passed away, that day that he passed away, the smile that he gave me as I was walking out the door to go to work. So he had his shots, and every 2 month shots they get I don't know the name. I might have been I just know they go get their shots at 2 months. You ask me, these kids go get shots too often. So he went to go get his 2 month shot. And at the time, because he was born in October, fun fact, all three of our sons are born in October. Samuel was born October 6th. Mackie. Anthony was born October 30th. William was born October 28th. Alex is the only son that we have that was not born in October. I don't know what happened in the month of February or January, March, but yeah. Wow. Yeah, so what? Okay. All right. Uh-huh. Okay, go back to watch your movie while I finish talking. Go show Raya. Go show Raya. Thank you. Sorry. So where was I at? So we went to go. I know you're not. No. Shh. So we went back to go. Hey. Thank you guys for who you're popping in. You're on the story. We're at the part right now where my son went to go get his 2 month shots. Okay, he's not gonna let me be great. Come on, sit right here. It's not like he understands. Well, he understands, but y'all can kind of see Alex. No, I will hold it. Okay. Thank you very much, Alex. I'll hold it. Thank you. You gonna sit right here with me? Okay, good. So we went to go get his 2 month shots, and after him getting the 2 month shots, it was around winter time for us, so it was kind of cool. But we kept the kids like in the house. We didn't go out at the time. Me and Anthony, we worked the same schedule. He was working. Girl, somebody come get Alex. Yeah, that's okay. Like that. Okay. All right. Can you be quiet? Because you be quiet. Be quiet. Stop. So 2 months after he went to get his shots or whatever, and like me and Anthony were working different shifts. Like I worked in the morning and he worked in overnight. Oh. Well, can you be quiet? Thank you. Alex. Okay. Anyways, so he got a little cold. And if you have kids or whatever, when you have a newborn child, when you have an infant child, you can't give them medicine. Meaning that, yes, you can give them, like at the time they were giving kids extra vitamins. And yes, you can give them infant you're a mess, bro. You're a mess. And yes, you can give them Tylenol and Motrin. But you can't get. Okay, thank you. But you can't give them no Robitussin. You can't give them no. Alex, you finna get kicked out of my house. You finna get kicked out. Let me be great, okay? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Be quiet. So you can't really give them anything in regards to like medicine. You can only let the cold pass. The cold has to go run its course. So I was concerned because he had just had the shots and he had a cold. So I'm like, I wonder if this is a side effect. But I was advised that the cold would have to pass and that he should be okay. That was on a Friday. On Sunday, we had him christening and we gave him back to Christ. And that Tuesday, I went to work like a normal day of me going to work. And I made sure like I pumped my milk and I had set up everything for Anthony. At the time, it was Anthony. He didn't have. I'm trying to think. No, he didn't have little Anthony because little Anthony was in daycare. And it was just him and the baby until I got back home from work. So I told Anthony. quiet? You want juice? Go get your cup. Okay, thank you. Go get your cup. Your cup is in my room, okay? Okay. He gone for about 2 minutes, y'all. Let me try to talk. So, I went to work, and at the time I was working for Comcast. And at that time of me working for Comcast, and I think for like a lot of jobs, you really can't have your phone on you. But I left my phone in my drawer. But I remember like verbatim, I left. Oh, y'all, Anthony's in the chat. Why are you not at work, Mr. Palmer? You supposed to be working. Y'all see that name? It says Anthony Palmer. That is my lovely Zaddy. That's y'all. That's my husband. But yeah, y'all say what's up to Anthony Palmer. What was I saying? Okay, I didn't. I feel like I don't know why I keep thinking like Anthony was at home, was at daycare, but he did have them both. And Anthony, you could correct me if you stay on here because you're supposed to be working. Anywho, if he could correct me if I'm get any of this wrong. But at the time I worked at Comcast and we wasn't really supposed to have like our phones or whatever the case might be, but I would still have my phone like visible just in case something did happen. Coincidentally, on this day in particular, I put my phone in my drawer, which I rarely do because I was like, you know what, just in case, I'll have it right here visible to me. Anthony kept calling my phone. Oh, thank you, babe. Anthony kept calling my phone, and I'm like, I don't know why he's calling. It must be an emergency. So at that time with Comcast, you're not technically supposed to put the customer on hold, or you pretty much um dang, you can't put them on. You could like take your line out or put the phone on mute pretty much so that you can do whatever you need to be, take a break, go to the bathroom, whatever the case might be. So I went off my line real quick and I talked to Anthony. He told me he called me. He said the baby isn't breathing. In my mind, I'm like, okay, is he have like an asthma attack or something? Did he swallow something by accident? Like, what's going on? I wasn't thinking the worst when he told me that the baby wasn't breathing. So he just kept saying, T, you got to leave. You got to go to the hospital. So I said, okay, I'm going to leave. I'm going to go ahead and go. So I told my boss, I said, hey, my husband just called me. I don't know what's going on, but I need to go to the hospital right now. All I know is that my baby isn't breathing. That's all I know. So sorry, I'm not laughing at y'all. I'm not laughing at this, but Alex just sprayed something. Yeah, it's nasty, isn't it? Give it to me now. Okay. Mm-hmm. He just sprayed perfume in his mouth like a crazy person. So, because he's always messing with stuff. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, I left my job, rushed to the emergency room, and by the time I got to the emergency room, I could feel like something happened, and it wasn't like positive. I could feel like it was a bad result, and the main reason why I was screaming and praying the whole time, like, Lord Jesus, please let everything be all right. So the reason why I knew that something was wrong, I came in and a nurse came up to me and another person came up to me and I could see a bunch of people in the room and I'm like, hi, is that my son? And they just told me, like, I'm sorry, but your son passed away. And I think at that moment, I lost it. I lost my mind. Like I hit the floor because I didn't know if it was like true or I was in disbelief. I was in shock. I was like, this cannot be happening to me right now. Like I not believe that my husband just called me to tell me that he wasn't breathing. I'm thinking it's something simple. And to get to the hospital after he's telling me that my son is not breathing, that he was dead. But he passed away. So during that time frame, I'm trying not to get choked up, y'all, but it is kind of sad. During that time frame, being notified that he passed away, I got the opportunity to go they put him in another room, and I got to go and have my last hug with him, talk to him, and before we departed, and he went to the morgue. Um, I'm really thankful for my family, and I'm really thankful for Anthony. So my family was in clutch when all this happened. He died in our house, so I didn't want to go back to the house at all. I was like, I cannot go back here. I have to go somewhere else. So my godparents were gracious enough to open up their home to us, and we ended up staying there, and everyone met us there. Our pastor came over there. My entire family, my best friend lives in Orlando. My best friend drove down from Orlando. By the time I was like getting ready to leave the hospital, she was there. I don't know how she got there so fast. Both my best friends came to support me during this time. My family was so supportive. Everybody was so supportive. I thank God that I had such a supportive family during that time frame in my life. By the way, I didn't think I said this. Samuel passed away 7 years ago, so it's been 7 years since this has happened to me and Anthony, and we have had 7 years to heal or go through our own grieving process. Honestly, the first night, Alex, thank you. The first night was hard because I was still breastfeeding my son, and I was used to him. I don't know, women, this might be TMI, but this is real life. When your child is breastfeeding, when you're breastfeeding, and when it's time to feed your child, your breasts become like really heavy, and they have like a sensation of wanting to release the milk. So I literally was in the bed crying my life out, crying my eyes out, and I could feel like, oh, it was time for him to eat, and I couldn't feed him. That was probably like the hardest part. Anthony was there. So he had it way harder than I had it because he was there trying to help him and resuscitate him back to life. So I'm glad, I always say I'm glad that that worked out to where Anthony was there and I wasn't there, because I think I would be in worse shape as a mother and as a woman to this day. I don't think I could have been able to see from beginning to end of him. Oh, I skipped the part. I'm sorry. Anthony and Samuel were sleeping. It was time for nap. Anthony got up to go check on out Samuel, and he realized that he was purple, like he didn't have any color, and he was lifeless and cold. So that's when proceeded to call 911, and we went to where he's dead now. So one thing that I really did not like, and even to this day, I would recommend people to not say this. I understand your pain. You don't understand my pain unless you've been in my shoes, and unless you have experiences on your own. Don't tell nobody that you understand the pain that they're feeling when they're going through grieving the loss of a child, somebody that they birthed, somebody that they expected to bury them, not the other way. That's probably the worst thing you tell anybody. Oh, I understand your pain. You don't understand my pain because you're not in my shoes. You're not in my situation. Um, yeah, don't ever say that. Some had people telling me that. It's just dumb. But we had to plan the funeral in the midst of us grieving. We did have our family and stuff to help us, but we still had to go and get his tuxedo. We still had to make sure we had the proper like funeral person. I can't think of the people's name right now, to bury him the way that we wanted him to be buried. And in the midst of it was so crazy, y'all. I went to the graveyard to go and set everything up. And I'm thinking like, okay, they told me to feed. All right, I'm gonna bring the feed, but we're gonna have it for this day. We literally had the funeral plan to just be at the graveyard, and they didn't when we got there. We got there early. Thank God I got there early. They didn't have the whole day because we hadn't paid them yet. Like the funeral business, honey, they did not play about their money. So we had to pay them the money real quick, and then we went ahead to go and bury him. And I had family and friends help me pay, because if there's a homicide, say you had somebody die from a murder or homicide, then the state pays for that. But when you die from natural causes, you have to pay for that. And we had a life insurance policy. We still do have a life insurance policy over all of our children, but the policy had to be more than 2 years in order for us to utilize it. So We didn't have all the funds, but we had most of it. I think the total for the funeral was no more than $3,000. I really want to say it was no more from like beginning to end. Burying a child was everything was nope. I take that back. 4,000, about $4,500. So um we buried him. We had the repast. Now everybody is gone, and it's just me and Anthony. And Mariah was old enough to understand that she lost somebody. In fact, it affected her a lot. Little Anthony wasn't as old enough to understand that he had lost somebody, but for me and Anthony, we still had to go on with our life. I did not have to go back to work right away, which was a blessing. I don't think I went back to work for over a month. But I think at first I got caught up in the like Mariah is 12 years old. So 7 years ago, 5. She was 5. She remembers him like it was yesterday. Like she had her own grieving process to where she would just break down and ask for her brother. In fact, when she started having seizures, and it was a medicine, I can't think of the name of it right now. She used to hallucinate. It calls her to hallucinate, and she'll be talking to her brother. So she remembers that like it was literally yesterday. But we I had time off, but I still was wrapped up in trying to be a mom and trying to make sure that Anthony was okay because I knew that he was hurting a lot more than he voiced that he was hurting. Because there were nights that we would literally sit there and just cry. Like we couldn't say anything to one another. We would just sit there and hold each other and cry. But I think it didn't hit me until everybody was gone, which is crazy. Like you will be so wrapped up in a funeral, so wrapped up in preparing that you don't realize that you lost somebody until everybody, all the friends, even the family, they're gone. So that's when you really begin your own grieving process. Y'all know I believe in God, and I really do believe that God will never put more on me than I can bear. Even to this day, I would not say that that was a mistake that happened to me. No, it was something that needed to happen, and I'm gonna get to that at the end. It's something that needed to happen to get me to the place that I am today. I didn't see that at the time, but it had to happen to prepare me to be the woman that I am today. When it did happen to me, did I blame God? I'm not gonna sit and lie to y'all and say I didn't. I did. I'm human. So I had to. If I'm believing it's all high power, I'm like, why would you? Why does good things happen to bad people? That's the perfect way of saying it. I'm a good person. Why is this happening to me and Anthony? Like we don't deserve this. So at first, it didn't hit me. So I was going on like my life still being a parent. I didn't go to work for a month. But when I went back to work, that's when it hit me because at that moment in time, I realized that I just had something so dramatic affect me, and I don't have that person with me anymore. And now here I am back into my regular life, like ain't nothing happened. But it did, something did happen. For me, I didn't begin to grieve until I got into going back to work and then talking to other people. I began to talk to my best friend who always checked on me. I began to talk to my mom who always checked in on me. And I talked to Anthony because I knew that he was going through the same thing that I was going through. And that was going to be the only way for us to be able to go through. Fun fact, me and Anthony were not married. This happened 7 years ago. Me and Anthony be married 7 years, July 27. We got married the same year our son passed away. Before he passed away, we were planning a wedding, but we ended up canceling the wedding because, we had to bury our son. It allowed us to become closer to one another and realize that we can be with each other for an eternity and we can withstand anything. I also had the opportunity to gain more of a relationship with God. At first, I really wasn't praying like that. Didn't read my Bible, didn't fast. But I got to a point where I couldn't drink the pain away. I don't smoke weed. So that wasn't happening. Going to spend money and clubbing, that I was being done with all that stuff already in my life. I'm not gonna sleep around with nobody because I'm dating Anthony at the time. So all the worldly things that were available to me, I couldn't even do those things. I did drink, but I ain't. After realizing that that wasn't helping me cope, that's when I got on my knees and I started to pray. Once I started to pray, something started happening within me. I started to pray. I started to go to church more. I started to have a closer relationship with God. That's when my heart mended throughout that process of praying to God and asking God, please help me. Please help me in the midst of this storm. And I kept telling myself, God would not put more on me than I can bear. So if you don't want me to bear, this boy got a whole bonnet. This boy has to change, y'all. Boy. God, I knew that God wasn't going to put more on me, and I realized that God wasn't going to put anything that I couldn't handle. So I started to pray and ask God to guide me through my storm. And that's when I started to listen to music. Gospel music is my thing. Listen to gospel music. I started to talk to Anthony. Our prayer life became a lot stronger. We just ultimately knew that the only way for us to get to where we can get to where I am today, like I can talk about it. For the most part, I can talk about him without crying or getting too emotional. And knowing that that did happen, but it happened for a reason. Now, I believe, this is my opinion, I feel like this is why it happened. Before me and Anthony conceived Samuel, me and Anthony had been on a break. We broke up. But then we got back together. Oh, stop now. We got back together. But we got back together with our families not wanting us to be together. But we wanted to be with each other. Nobody could tell us that we couldn't be with one another. They see you. Where your cup at? Go give me water. Go give me a water. Okay. Thank you. So at that time, we were about to get married, and our family was like, whatever, we really don't care if y'all get married. Like, we don't really want y'all to be with each other. We want y'all to be separate. But I'm like, we love each other. We care about each other. We want to be with each other. Just why can't we just be with each other without the families being at odds? Thank you. Why we can't be with each other without the family being at odds? So that we started planning our wedding in January, and the end of January is when Samuel passed away. After Samuel passed away, girl, it probably is another story time. I don't know what happened, but our families end up accepting us being with each other. And then me and Anthony ultimately decided that, you know what? We've been doing this the wrong way. We're not going to wait to plan a wedding. We're not going to. Oh, yeah, sure. We're not going to wait to plan a wedding. We're not going to do anything. We are going to go ahead. We went to the courthouse and we got married. We did go through marriage counseling before we even went to the courthouse. And we've been married ever since. Haven't looked back. Okay, go ask Ryer. Okay. Haven't looked back or haven't turned. The people say too, like, time heals all wounds. I do believe in that. I didn't stop grieving the day after, 30 days after, a year after. It's 7 years later. And sometimes there's 2 days in particular that I don't want to talk to anybody, or I just shut down. October 6th, because that is his birthday. And January 30th, the day that he died. I don't want to talk to anybody on those 2 days. You can call and check on me, and I ask people to respect my wishes. As far as like just letting me be on those 2 days, because it's a day that I have to remember what could he have been, where would he have been at that moment in his life, and knowing that I don't have a opportunity to have the option to enjoy that does just put me in my feelings to where I'm just not talking to anybody. Another thing that helped me with my grieving process was we got pregnant right away. Like right away. So I've never asked God to give me a certain gender for a baby, and I'm not saying that William replaced Samuel. But I asked God, like, Lord, I know I don't want to come here and ask you for a boy, but please, God, just let me have another baby boy, so that way I could just regain my strength and regain some more power and control over my life instead of feeling like this cloud is constantly over my head, so I could have some normalcy in my life. So when I found out that I was having another son, I was so happy to be having another baby. Happy. So happy. Yeah. Can you put this back, please? So happy to be having another baby boy. So William also helped me through my grieving process because I anticipated having another child. It's going to happen with the next baby. I didn't have any fear of having. I did not have any fear that I would lose another child. Actually, no, never even after having him. And even after having Alex or even any of my children now to this day, do I feel like I would ever experience that? No. I think God know that that was enough. So yeah, no. Mm-mm. For the most part, I was excited to be having another baby. I was like, oh, we're going to have a baby. We literally got married and boom, at William popped out a couple months later. So if anything, I know that a lot of people go through where they have a hard time with conceiving kids. You was scared, Anthony? Anthony said he was a little scared. I feel like he'd be scared sometimes, even a little bit to this day, about losing any of our children. But I'll let him talk about that. I wish he can be here with me talking about it, but he's at work. I know a lot of people have a hard time conceiving kids or even like going through the whole adoption process. I know that can be pricey. And I understand that, people have lost children as well, as far as like miscarriages. The best advice I can give anybody is that God will never leave you nor forsake you. He will constantly be by your side through the worst storms that you can even imagine. If you constantly give it to God, cast all your fears, cast all your worries unto Him, you'll be amazed at what you can get through. Oh yeah, he did have trouble. I feel like sometimes he still does have trouble sleeping. Like Anthony was staying up. Like he wouldn't go to sleep. He would stay up and not go to sleep and watch over the kids because he was scared that if he went to sleep, something would happen to them. But yeah, you really have to give it to God. A lot of people say drink your feelings away, get high. No. Have sex and be out here whoremongering people. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, mm-mm. Give it to God. God is the best thing. And I was fortunate enough to have Anthony. And I still have Anthony, which I'm still very, oh God, I love you. I love you, babe. I'm so thankful to have him even to this day, because there are moments that sometimes are nowhere. I'll be like, dang, I miss him. Or we'll sit there and like, oh, I miss Samuel. You miss him? Yeah, I miss him. So having a good support system for his family, spouse. In this instance, I had a phenomenal family jump in for me. It was such a blessing to just have everybody. My husband's family is not originally from here. They are from Philadelphia. Um, yeah, I pray to God I don't ever find my husband dead. Like, I don't want to be the person. I pray to God. Thank you, Anthony. That's Sandy. But at this moment in time, we've been on here for 40 minutes. God dog. Thank you guys for sticking in there with me. Does anybody have any questions that you want to ask, or anybody else can relate? I'm not sure if the Johnson's life is still on here. I know she had an experience of losing a child as well. So I'm not sure if anybody else has some advice. My main advice is give it to God. You are not capable of handling it. You're not big enough to handle it. Give it to God. Give it to the man that can really handle it, because you can't do it. And once you realize that you have that person, you have God to give it to, your life gets easier. The days and the pain doesn't sit in your heart. It's not something that you're constantly thinking about. The pain and the grieving is subdued. And you feel that with your everyday life and your love, and knowing that one day, if I live right on this side of the earth, then maybe I will be able to see him again. Yep. Believe me, when I feel like I can't make it or I feel like I can't, I rely on God. I'm like, God, you got me, right? It gets see? Exactly. It gets easier and easier. You'll be amazed. Like, I can't even put it into words. Like, man can't do that what God can do for you. This is why I serve God. Like, I don't understand why people don't give him a try. And I understand, like, people that go through a bunch of things, and sometimes it takes the worst thing for some people to for people for stuff to happen to them, and then all of a sudden they get it. But I'm glad I didn't have to. I knew who to go to when I went through my own time of trial and tribulation, the hardest time of trial and tribulations that I have ever been in my life. But ever since then, me and Mr. Palmer have been married for almost 7 lovely years. Our kids are great. Oh wow, she was 6 years old. Woo! See, you need to go ahead and talk about that too, Natar. But I don't think I would have been. I probably be worse. I don't know. The older a child is, especially when they're verbal. Like, at that time, your child is verbal. You know what your child truly likes and doesn't like. You can talk to your child, and all of a sudden they're gone. There you have clothing, a room, you have a routine, and they're gone. Man, that's the worst. I'm gonna be praying for you, Natar. I will be praying for you, because I know that is not an easy feat to be dealing with, especially when the baby was that old. I had 3 lovely months with him, but they were the 3 best months of my life to be able to remember and enjoy. And that's another thing I would say. Think about the good times that you got to spend with that loved one. Wow. Yep. Bruh. Food was nowhere in sight for me. I think I lost so much weight because you don't have no appetite. You don't want to do nothing. You just want to wish the day was over. Try to go back to sleep and hope that was a dream, a horrible nightmare. Oh, okay. So is she's Jada twin? Whose twin is she? Oh, friend, I just talked about you, girl. Y'all see the one that says Queenie J? That is my best friend in the whole wild world. I was just talking about you, about how you drove away from Orlando and came to come make sure that your friend was good. Wow. Yeah, it does. That was Jada's twin. Okay, good. Wow. So she would have been, didn't Jada just turn 15? Should have 15? It's crazy. So Jada remembers her as well. Correct me if I'm wrong. My girl. My girl. Oh, prayer warriors out there, y'all please say 14. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Life is definitely too short. So anytime you get the opportunity to love on your loved ones, love on them. Because they can be here today, going tomorrow. Even with your spouses, I try to remember in my mind that each day is a gift given to me from God. Each breath that I have is a gift. So therefore, I need to go ahead and cherish that moment and try to enjoy that moment while I have it, because it could be taken from me at any minute, any second. Oh, prayer warriors, can y'all please say a special prayer for my friend Queenie? Queenie, her name is Q. Can y'all please say a special prayer for her? She had to have, I'm not trying to put your business out, friend, but she had to have emergency surgery last Saturday. She had to get her appendix removed. So can you guys pray for her? She is also a wife and a mother of 3 beautiful boys, but she's going through her own recovery process. And you know how we get when it comes to our kids. We trying to recover, but we still want to be like super mom. So can y'all please say a special prayer for her as well? Cover her. What? Y'all were in a car accident? Man, you know what's so crazy? I was telling Mariah, like, she's getting to the age of wanting to drive, and I have to explain to her, like, cars, they're not toys. They can be very dangerous. And it's not you being a dangerous person, it's the people around you that can be dangerous on the roads. Like when it's raining, I hate driving when it's raining because a lot of people drive crazy and gets really hectic. So I try not to stay on the road when it's raining, or I try to get to and from my destination really, really fast so that way I'm not on these roads with the crazy people driving, because some people don't even have it in their mind, oh, maybe I should slow down a little bit. But somebody got into a car accident, lost a wonderful soul. Be careful. Please be careful. So I'm pretty much done, you guys. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section. I can see them over here to the right as I'm looking, like, to the left and right. Drop them in the comment section. Please say a special prayer for the Johnson's life. Check them out and subscribe to their channel as well. They are Family Vlogs channel. And you want to go ahead and say a prayer for them because they did too also lose a child. Please check out Chris and Melissa. Please check out Chris and Melissa's channel. I don't think I see anyone on here that has a YouTube channel besides Chris and Melissa and the Johnson's Life. I really appreciate. Hey, Miss Anita, what's up? I'm gonna leave a video on here. Pretty much, I'll just share my story about losing my son Samuel and how we went through the whole grieving process. If you have not done so, which I feel like everyone has, subscribe to CT Party. Any comments that we can go ahead? We're at 48 minutes. Let's go ahead and I'm going to wrap it up at 1 hour. Might as well 12 more minutes. I'm gonna stay on for 12 more minutes. That's cool with everybody for me to hang out with y'all for another 12 minutes. Cause like I don't know if y'all follow me on IG or not, but at 9 o'clock, Amazing Race comes on. And I sit down, I unplug my phone, and I go watch Amazing Race with my family. So we don't have the cable. Yeah, in Johnson's life, I'm gonna need y'all to come on back. Come on back. I know it's hard. To Jesus. I know it's hard. Vlogging, editing, life. Yes, y'all, please. There's Anthony, y'all. He said, thanks, everyone. Blessings to everyone and your family. Thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. Yes. Seasons within a year. They only come on once a year, and it takes a whole year for it to come back. And when it comes back on, it comes on. I love Amazing Race, and tonight is the season finale. And this Amazing Race was very interesting because they had teams from Big Brother, teams from Survivor, and teams from past Amazing Race. It's so good. It didn't pick up like I like to see when the people get U-turn, or I want to see how many people. If it was me, Anthony, I would say that we ever get the opportunity to do Amazing Race, we're gonna do it. I would never U-turn anybody because I feel like I want to race and win the $1 million genuinely. I don't want to do it U-turn you and knock your chances of winning or just trying to beat you. Yeah, I know it's a race and I know it's $1 million, but I want to just race the race truthfully and genuinely. But I love when I see the people at the board. And I'm not sure how long you haven't watched it, but they have right now the Afghanimals. They are kind of grimy. They get on my nerves. Right now I'm rooting for Nick and Nicole to win. That's my team that I want to win tonight. That is who I want to win. Cannot wait. Oh, I hope everyone is having a good week. Is everyone having a good week thus far? Like today is Wednesday. Hallelujah. Woo! Hump day. 2 more work days. Yes, please, Angela, please check out the other channels on here. Chris and Melissa is an amazing Fridays. They have faith-driven Fridays, and they do it in a live form most of the time. They have it live. And right now, which you guys will start seeing in our vlogs, they're doing a weight loss journey. It's called Fat, Sick, and Tired. And oh, y'all can't see me? Can y'all see me? Hello, Linda. Somebody let me know if y'all can. Am I there? See, can y'all see me? Oh. Oh, okay. All right, my bad. But Chris and Melissa, they have a series right now called Fat, Sick, and Tired, where they're on a journey, and they had a very informative video. I wish I knew the name of it. I don't know, but a better version for themselves, because as you know, in the African American community, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, we have a higher chances of having those issues in the long run. But we can take that control back, and we can claim back our lives by eating right, exercising, and doing the right thing. So me and Anthony decided to join them along the journey, and we have been on it for a week now as far as dieting and exercise. So tomorrow, if you follow me on IG at TT Party of 6, I will post my weigh-in. Last week I was 184, so hopefully I'm like at least 1 or 2 pounds. If I'm less, great. I have been working out. You lost 5 pounds in 1 week. You better do it, Melissa. It's amazing, and you feel so much better. I have been getting like regular sleep from eating differently. I have been feeling like I have energy versus me feeling like tired. So I normally used to be like I'm tired or I'm drained. I'm not tired. I'm not drained. Look at my the girl was preppy. I could start seeing like features in my face and my neck. I could see like my cheek, and I only been doing it for a week. Yeah. So tomorrow's my weigh in. I'm hoping to see, even if I see 1 or 2 pounds. I have already lost a lot of weight. Last year, July, I was over two. I was like 210, Melissa. I'm like, you was like, oh, you was embarrassing your number. I was 210 pounds before I started to exercise last year, and I slowly started to lose the weight. Then this year I started to do no meat, and then I stopped doing the whole meat. I needed meat. Then I went into keto, so then I got down to 180. I was at 179 at one. No, my lowest was 177. But then I got happy and started eating. I started eating, and yeah, so I gained some of that weight back. So when I weighed in last Thursday, I was 184. So I'm hopeful to continue on this journey with the teats. Hey, Shantae. And my ultimate goal is to be down to 165 by the end of the year and maintaining. Actually, if I could be lower, that would be best. 160. But yeah, I don't mind doing keto, and I don't mind it, but I can't stick to it. I do intermittent fast, so I have a window of eating. So I do 16 hours of no eating and an 8-hour window of eating. So I do that, and I consume tons of water. In fact, I have already had 6 bottles. I have had 6 bottles of water so far. I need to drink 2 more to get a gallon in for the day. So I am on a journey, and you guys will be seeing us as far as like us exercising, talking about our weight loss journey. Definitely check us out on IG to see us doing our actual live. You get more live information on IG because it's the same day versus having to go back and edit a vlog and post it for you guys. But we definitely be documenting because we are really good. God, that's a lot of water. We are really trying to document this and see how well we feel and just seeing our bodies change. I saw Melissa bought a ninja. So she's using that to juice, which is really good. And if you follow Melissa on her IG as well, you will see where she goes and she makes sure she works out. And she also has little motivational things. And we do want to get a group started. If anybody else want to join us, I would love. We want to get a group started so that we can, keep each other accountable. So if you were having a bad day, and I'm pretty sure somebody else say like, you know what, I wasn't feeling it today, but I still made sure I got my 30 minutes of workout in. Yeah, yes, Tara was telling me that she what's up? Oh my gosh, with the reads. She does 5 miles in the morning and in the afternoon. Bruh, that's 10 miles. That's dedication. That it's hard to be outside for me to work out. Okay, yeah, message me the bottle. Because normally I'll buy a gallon of water like from Aldi and I take it to work. I do not like sink water. I'm a little booch. When I'm really booch, I drink alkaline water from Walmart and I pay that $3 and change for the gallon. But when I'm being cheap, I buy $1 water or a 79-cent gallon of water when it comes to drinking water. I do not like faucet water. It's nasty. And my favorite water is actually smart water. But if you guys are interested in joining the journey with us as we start to lose weight, please message me either by email. I always see my email address in the description box. In fact, I'm going to put it in the comments right now. Or don't you do that. This boy. Okay, I'm sorry that I just kind of went ghost. Alex just decided to turn my light off. I'm putting my email address here. And my IG is at TT Party of 6, no space. TT, do you love me? Are you writing? Oh, it's not letting me be great. Come on, turn the light on. Come here. Come on, come say hi. Jesus, come on. Say hi.
Hi.
You got the hiccups? Yes. Your hair actually needs to be combed. It's so nappy right now.
You're happy way.
What happened?
You're happy way.
Oh, say hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hi, Miss Melissa.
You're happy.
Say hi, Rolling with the Reeds.
Hi, Wadashi.
Say hi, Johnson's Life.
Hi.
Y'all, I love Alex. But Alex keeps us going on our toes.
Yeah,
those of you who took the time out to come join us for the live, I wanted to ask you guys one quick question before we end it because we're coming up on an hour and I don't want to keep you guys on here all night. Did you guys enjoy this live as far as like me sitting down and talking to you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, let's ask them a question first. Let's see what they say right here. Okay. Let's see if they enjoyed it. Let's ask them if they enjoyed it. Don't touch. Don't touch. Don't touch. Okay, good. Thank you. Do this more often. We shall see. Y'all want to see Alex unedited more often? Y'all do not want to see him unedited more often. Oh, God. Could you stop? Could you stop? But I just want to tell you guys, I really appreciate you all for taking the time. Thank you so much for all of you that take the time to even click on our videos, to subscribe to our channel, to leave a comment. That I don't really be on YouTube asking for much besides subscribe. If you subscribe, It definitely makes your girl happy. She ain't nowhere near 1,000 subscribers. She ain't nowhere near being monetized. But just seeing and talking and interacting with you guys, that's what keeps me coming back. That's what keeps me vlogging and uploading. Interacting with people, knowing that it is touching people and really blessing people, and that you guys enjoy the content. Like I pray, like I did something a little different by adding like the little movie clips in there. I hope that put a smile on someone's face to get them through the day. So that's why I come and vlog, and that's why I talk with you guys. But I'm pretty much gonna call it a night. Because like I said, Amazing Race is about to be on in about an hour. I don't know what time it is. Yes. Have a blessed night. So from my party to your party. Good night, world. Good night, guys. You guys have a great night. Now I gotta figure out how to end the live stream.
Good night.
Oh, you want to say good night? Come on.
Okay.
Come on, real quick. Say good night, world.
Good night, world.
Good night, world.
Good night, world.
Oh my gosh. Bye, child of God. Let's end it. Oh, I'm trying to end. Yes. How do you end it?
No.
End it.
Read.